What's the next stop into the city?
25th Avenue.
Gene Hackman, a Hollywood legend, a two-time Academy Award winner, and one of the most respected actors of his generation. From The French Connection to Unforgiven, his performances captivated audiences for decades.
Captain, I cannot concur.
Repeat my command.
Sir, we don't know what this message means. Our target package could have changed.
You repeat this order, or I'll find somebody who...
But now, the world is mourning the loss of this cinematic icon that on February 26, 2025, shocking news emerged. Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were found dead in their Santa Fe home. With no immediate signs of foul play, but many unanswered questions, fans and investigators alike are left wondering, what really happened? In this video, we'll break down the details of Hackman's passing, the theories surrounding his death, and his lasting legacy in the world of cinema. On the morning of February 26, 2025, authorities in Santa Fe, New Mexico, responded to a welfare check at Gene Hackman's residence. What they found shocked everyone. Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were both deceased inside their home. It wasn't just a couple who had passed. One of their dogs was also found dead, while two others survived. The exact time of death is unclear, but reports suggest their bodies showed signs of decomposition, meaning they had been gone for several days before anyone discovered them. A maintenance worker arrived at Gene Hackman's Santa Fe home for a routine check. But as he stepped inside, he immediately sensed that something was wrong. The air was heavy with an unmistakable odor of decomposition. As he moved through the house, he made a horrifying discovery. Both Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were dead. One of their dogs had also perished, while two others were still alive. Shaken, the worker immediately dialed 911. What you're about to hear is the chilling emergency call that followed.
No, dude, they're not moving. Just send somebody out here really quick.
Authorities responded within minutes, sealing off the area and beginning their investigation. With no obvious signs of foul play, robbery, or forced entry, the question remained, what led to the sudden deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife? During a press conference, Dr. Heather Jarrell, New Mexico's chief medical examiner, said Betsy died from hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a severe respiratory illness caused by viruses that are transmitted to humans through contact with infected rodents. Her exact time of death is not known, but she was last seen on February 11th. During the time of her discovery, a prescription bottle and scattered pills were on the bathroom countertop close to her body. The couple's German Shepherd dog was found dead in a bathroom closet near to Ms. Arakawa. Gene Hackman, on the other hand, was discovered wearing gray tracksuit bottoms, a blue long-sleeve t-shirt and brown slippers. Sunglasses and a walking cane were next to the body. The doctors said Gene died of hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, and, according to information gathered from his pacemaker, it is likely he died on February 18th. Dr. Jarrell said Gene was in an advanced state of Alzheimer's, meaning it is quite possible he was not aware that his wife, believed to have been his sole caregiver, was deceased. The cause of death for the couple's dog Zina has not yet been determined. The circumstances of their death were suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation, said the search warrant, because the person who called emergency services found the front door of the property open. Before the doctor's report, there had been speculations that the couple might have died from a toxic gas leak. Authorities say they had requested carbon monoxide and toxicology tests for both Hackman and his wife. The local utility responded and found no sign of a gas leak in the area. The fire department detected no indication of a carbon monoxide leak or poisoning, according to the search warrant. So any cases of a gas leak was ruled out. Another news that sparked controversy and was probably the most shocking of all was from Randy Quaid, the eccentric Hollywood actor known for his wild theories. Has recently stirred controversy by claiming Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were murder victims. Randy claims to know at least 6 people who have died in a similar way. One of them being Heath Ledger. Police said he died from an accidental overdose of prescription medications, including painkillers, anti-anxiety drugs, and sleeping pills. He didn't live to see the Academy award him the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his role of the Joker. Also, Actor David Carradine was found dead in the closet of a Bangkok hotel room Thursday with a cord wrapped around his neck and genitals, leading Thai police to suspect his death was not a suicide but an accident resulting from dangerous sex practices. Randy believes these people alongside Gene were murdered and refutes the police reports. While these claims that Gene and his wife were murdered sound ridiculous, it does raise questions on whether anyone might want to harm Gene and his family. Randy says the possible reason for murder was because Gene Hackman was earning one of the biggest royalty streams in Hollywood, considering he has been in so many successful movies. Did someone from Hollywood really want to get rid of Gene so as to stop paying him huge amounts of money considering his age and health? It's a gated community, so there are probably cameras at the gate and on the streets that can show us some evidence. The neighbors almost certainly have Ring cameras. However, there were no cameras inside the house to record any movement, so it still doesn't deny these allegations. Medical reports indicate that Arakawa died around a week before her husband from hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, an infection transmitted to humans from rodent feces, urine, and saliva. One of Gene Hackman's neighbors said his wife, Betsy Arakawa, appeared to be in perfect health prior to her death. So it does raise some questions on where and when did she actually contract the virus. Reports indicate that Gene was in an advanced stage of Alzheimer's disease and therefore did not realize that his wife had died a week before him. But if it's true he was in such a condition, how has Betsy been managing to look after him, considering someone with Alzheimer's disease requires a caregiver, and how comes his wife did not hire someone to help Gene while she ran other errands out? Betsy was 65, so she could surely use some help around. And if she actually died some days before him, someone with Alzheimer's disease will surely struggle to cope up all alone. I mean, someone in the advanced stages cannot perform basic tasks and requires round-the-clock care for eating, hygiene, and mobility. Did they really die at different times, or did they die on the same day? When Betsy was discovered, pills surrounded her body. Is it possible that Gene died first, considering his condition, and his wife, seeing that Gene had died, may have taken medication for stress or anxiety and unintentionally overdosed, especially if she was in emotional distress? It's also possible that their dog that passed died due to starvation cause it was in a crate. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Given the family's private nature, the exact timing of Hackman's last communication with his children remains unknown. Following his and his wife's passing, his children have expressed gratitude towards Betsy Arakawa for her caregiving, despite their previously strained contact with their father. In a statement, Leslie, Elizabeth, and Gene's granddaughter said, "It is with great sadness that we announce the passing of our father, Gene Hackman, and his wife, Betsy. He was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career, but to us he was always just dad and grandpa." Gene Hackman wasn't just a great actor, he was a cinematic powerhouse. With a career spanning over 5 decades, he brought unforgettable characters to life, delivering performances that were raw, intense, and deeply human.
Now, Ned, you're Mr. Quincy, and what was the young fella's name?
Even after retiring in 2004, Hackman's performances continued to inspire. Fans still revisit his films, and aspiring actors study his craft, proving that his impact extends far beyond his lifetime. Though he may be gone, his legacy will live on through the films that shaped Hollywood and the hearts of those who watched him. Morgan Freeman honored his late friend Gene by giving out a heartfelt eulogy during the Oscars 2025 and said he was a generous performer who elevated everyone's work. The pair worked in 2 films, namely Unforgiven and Under Suspicion. Though the circumstances of Gene's death leave many questions, one thing is certain: his talent, dedication, and unforgettable performances will live on forever. Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's passing has left many questions and emotions. What are your thoughts on their legacy, their impact, or the circumstances surrounding their deaths? Let us know in the comments below. Please feel free to share your favorite films, performances, or personal stories related to them. Remember guys, like, share and subscribe for more content on Unrevealed.